And we went 50-50, and I went to work and he went to work. But guess wasn't 50-50. Dishes wasn't 50-50. The laundry wasn't 50-50. The cleaning wasn't 50-50. And that's an everyday motherfucking job. I come home and they got food on the table, got clothes on the bed, got shit everywhere. So every day I'm exhausted. I'm coming home, I'm cleaning my house. And yes, I do that anyways. But when it's just you, it's just you.
For many couples, financial equality alone isn't enough when the responsibilities at home no longer feel equally shared.
Why men have given up on women. Let's face it, the red pill community was not built overnight. As both a woman and a psychotherapist, my journey has been humbling to say the least. The number one reason that men have given up on women and on love is solely because the gap between men and women is getting larger and larger. With women, there's the movement of, I don't need no man. And then with men, you have that movement of women are a liability. So in my practice, I try to teach clients how to close that gap. The truth is that relationships and genuine love is beautiful. And it's a really powerful achievement. Man or woman, let's face it, we need one another.
From her perspective, the growing divide between men and women is pushing more people to question the future of modern relationships.
I just asked a guy out at PetSmart and I was rejected. Oh, it hurt so bad. He was so stinking hot. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Because even if he's like not attracted to me or if he's in a relationship or whatever, it will still feel good to be hit on and to like know someone is into you. But, oh, that sucked. As soon as I got in my car, I wanted to start crying because nobody likes to be rejected. And he was so beautiful. But it's okay. Because if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Her experience showed that rejection is difficult for everyone, reminding many that dating carries risks for both men and women.
10 things a woman say when they don't want to take accountability or when they're trying to emasculate a man. Like, I literally have these women rebuttals to a science. Check that video out because everything that she's saying right now is a representation of what I explained in that video. Talking about you sassy or how much kids do you have, you answering a question with a question. But nothing that you stated in these two rebuttals negates anything that I said. Talking about what about the men that have 6 kids and have multiple baby mamas? If you want some game real quick from a statistical standpoint, most men are childless. Most men do not have kids. And most men that do have kids do so in wedlock. There's a large percentage of women procreating with a small demographic of men. That's the reason why there's so many baby mamas out here. And as soon as when you guys come to the realization of being a wife before you procreate, then all of this will stop. First and foremost, women hold the access to sex and men hold the access to marriage. So if you know that women hold the access to sex, their discernment has to be at an all-time high with who they choose to procreate with. Because if you do not marry before you carry, that puts you in a situation of being a single mother. And if we know from a statistical standpoint, single mothers is rooted in degeneracy, and 9 times out of 10, the child's well-being is not going to be well off from being born in a single mother household.
From his perspective, stronger family outcomes begin with greater accountability and long-term commitment before starting a family.
You know what I think? I think there are no guys who want a serious relationship in 2024.
And you want to know what I think? I think you're 100% correct, young lady. And the reason is because there's no benefit to men anymore. And we keep telling you ladies this over and over again. Men have looked at relationships. They've done an analysis and they've realized there's absolutely no return on investment in getting into a relationship with you. Now, a lot of you are thinking that that's not true because, well, you're still getting attention from men. But you see, the mistake you're making is you think that men are giving you that attention because they want to be in a relationship with you. When the reality is, they just want to have a little fun, if you catch my drift. You see, today's women have made it abundantly clear that they have extremely high expectations, unrealistic ones at that. They feel they can demand, and offer absolutely nothing in return except, well, this.
From his perspective, more men are stepping away from serious relationships because they no longer see the balance they once expected.
How does a woman take care of a man?
What do you mean?
How should a woman take care of a man?
She shouldn't have to.
At all?
No.
Then why should a man date a woman?
What kind of question is that?
Like, what value would you provide to a man?
What? That's a crazy question.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have to provide some value to a man.
And what's the point of the
What
relationship?
value do they provide to us?
Protecting you, providing for you.
This is exactly why so many men are just done with dating. Because I have said this before and I will say it again. A man is taught his entire life how to treat a woman. But a woman is taught her entire life how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Ladies, if you want the benefits of a man, you need to put forth some amount of effort. It doesn't even need to be as much effort as him. It just needs to be something, because that is what indicates to a man that you're actually interested in him. And honestly, when one person is carrying all of the load of the relationship, well, how is that fun?
The exchange reflected a broader debate, as some argue that lasting relationships depend on both partners bringing meaningful value to each other.
Why are men so afraid to approach women these days?
I'm going to say something that's probably going to piss some people off, so brace yourselves. Men tell women to enjoy being alone because that's men's biggest fear. But for women, that's a normal thing. We're used to that. That's our baseline. Because women don't get as much out of relationships as men do. Like, there's a reason women say that if they had children, they would want to be the dad and not the mom. Because being a mom is grueling. You are doing 2 times more domestic labor and childcare than your husband, than the father of your children. Your labor, your emotional labor, your relational labor, your mental labor, your domestic labor, your physical labor is all being exploited. Women are doing more in and out of relationships, and it's exhausting. They get less out of relationships than men do. And this goes so far back as even into boyhood, into childhood. At one point in time, women relied on men as a means of survival because they couldn't open up their own lines of credit. They couldn't have their own checking accounts. They literally relied on men for means of survival. And now we don't need that. We are going to school. We are outpacing men in college degrees. We are outpacing men in workforce participation. We are outpacing men in home ownership. We are the men now, and we don't need men in our lives unless they are adding to it. But unfortunately, most men aren't. Most men are depleting women in relationships. Gone are the days of men simply needing a decent, well-paying job and health insurance to land and keep a wife. Those days are gone because women provide those things for themselves, and men don't have anything else to offer anymore outside of that because that's what they were taught. That's all they have to provide. And now that is no longer enough. Men get so much more out of relationships, but the same cannot be said for women in relationships.
From her perspective, modern relationships must offer genuine partnership, as financial independence has changed what many women expect from a long-term commitment.
I just watched a conservative woman say that she is perfectly happy to give up her right to vote as long as it means that liberal women can no longer vote ever again. And this is precisely what we mean when we say that there is a reason we don't support conservative and male-centered women, because they are dangerous and they stand with the fascists, right? But more than anything, conservative women are the same group of people who have spent the last God knows how many years crying and going, so support all women doesn't include us. No, it doesn't include you, you steak spoons, because you are perfectly happy to sell all women out as a collective to your Christo-fascist husband and your pastor. You want to sell us all out to men. No, we don't support you. Why would we?
Her remarks highlighted the growing ideological divide as debates over gender and politics continue to reshape modern relationships and social discourse.
Believe it or not, I get a lot of messages from men asking me how to save their marriages. And most of them come from that video where I talk about women going numb in relationships. And although my audience is primarily female, I figured I'd address it nonetheless. If you were to break down every word your spouse has ever said to you during an argument, I bet they would all look almost identical. But a lot of men will say that their partner is nagging, annoying, or being combative because they're trying to address recurring problems in the relationship. But here's the thing. If your wife has gone silent, then you're in trouble. Because every time you think she's nagging, she's trying to save the relationship. That nagging is her begging and pleading for you to listen, and it's evidence that the love is still there. But you guys stop listening the second you start to interpret communication as criticism, without understanding that it's only being repeated because it's unresolved. but you don't want to hear it, even though she's telling you exactly what she needs and she's giving you a roadmap to make it work. She's not telling you to change. She's asking you to bring back the side of you that made her fall in love in the first place. Women do not go numb overnight because they don't leave when you lose them. When they're rejected by the present version of someone, they start to hold on to the past version of them instead. And they wait, and they fight like hell to bring that back. Just because you've been together for years does not mean that you cannot become strangers. Chances are you broke her heart over and over again, till eventually she started to grieve the loss of the man she thought you were. So maybe stop being frustrated by all those words. Try being grateful for them instead, because I promise you, they hold.
From her perspective, repeated complaints aren't always about conflict. They can be a final attempt to save a relationship before emotional distance takes over.